Hi everyone, this is Kimia Jaberi and I'm back with news about my 3 weeks of preparation for UKCAT. And I think the previous video I made was about 2 weeks ago, and I'm hoping that this is going to help you. So this is basically my experience and the tips I've got for you, what I did, what I did not do during this month a month of preparation. Now, one thing I want to mention is that definitely I didn't do the whole 2 weeks, every single day of preparation. I don't know if I've mentioned on my previous video or not, but we have been moving houses, and I'm sorry for the noises. I'm next to a train station. So anyway, I just wanted to mention the fact that I didn't do UKCAT preparation every single day in the past 2 weeks. So what I can definitely say out of 14 days, I've been doing about 8 days consistently, sitting down and doing the exam questions. That's the only thing I can say I did. So it wasn't 14 days every single day, 2 hours or 3 hours. Sometimes I did 2 hours, sometimes I did 1 hour, sometimes I did 4 hours. So as long as I could do it, I did it. So I have been still using the same books as I mentioned in the past, in the last video. So I have been using the same books. So first of all, I don't want to lie, but I have been a bit unmotivated, so not been very motivated in the past few days, mainly because I've been basically just doing my preparation every single day, and leaving 2 days free and not doing anything, and then getting back to it was just really hard for me to start concentrating again, to start putting my head into the fact that I've got literally 20 days to my exam. Now I have 18 days to my exam, so it hasn't been really easy. But other than that, everything's cool. I am actually continuing to practice my questions. Now, one thing I want to say is that I have been adding one more resource to my revision and my preparation. So I have been using the Medify account. Now, Medify account review, it's amazing. I can say I have been preparing with that for about a week now, and I have been seeing a lot of improvement on my results. You know that basically on every single book that you get for a UKCAT, whether it's 1200 UKCAT booklet practice questions, or whether it's the top percentile book, or whether it's how to prepare for UKCAT book, or anything, they always say, it's like a quote thing, they always say practice, practice, practice. So I've actually been doing a lot of practice questions from Medify. So Medify has loads of questions. Now you have to pay for Medify. That's the only, I can say, disadvantage to it. But yeah, Medify has loads of questions, loads of practice questions, which you can use to practice, and that practicing kind of strategy will bring your score higher. So I can say that was an ambulance. And so I can say that my score from 2 weeks ago, for example, as I said before as well, I think I forgot to mention, my weakest points, my weakest subsets are quantitative and decision making. My quantitative average score was about 430, and my decision making was the same, I think, about 430. Now, it's not the same anymore. So after literally 14 days, or let's say that the same amount of days I actually revised, for about 8 days, my score has been changing from 430 to today that I've checked, and I did a mini mock. It changed to 550 and 650. So 550, so from 430 to 550 on my quantitative reasoning, and from my 400 or 430 to 650 for my decision making. Now this is an amazing improvement, as I can say, for the amount of 8 days. And I want to mention the fact that this video is not sponsored by Medify. It's not sponsored by any of the books that I mentioned. I'm just mentioning them for those who are interested and are trying the best to get into medical school, or they're trying to find a way to basically practice for UKCAT. This is my experience, and I'm just sharing it with you, and I'm hoping to get the results that I want, the score that I want to get into medical school. But this is my experience, and I'm talking you through it to see if it works for me, then it can work for you. So Medify account is the best one I can say at the moment. Of course, the top percentile book, I will never say like that is like the top thing I would say you should get. Definitely, that should be on your top to-do list. So go and get that book. And if you wanted to do questions, I would not recommend you to get the 1200 booklet of practice questions. First of all, we do the test on the computer. You need to get used to the keyboard, the way of to do the the shortcuts of the keyboard, how to use the mouse like quickly, or how to just getting used to like reading a question from the screen. That is one big thing. You can't do it on the paper, and that book is basically on the paper. You have to do everything, every question. You have to answer every question on the paper. It's just not gonna work that way. I mean, it's good if you want to do practice questions, but I would definitely recommend you to get that book, read the tips and the strategies that they tell you. That is the only good thing that I found on that book. So if I wanted to, like, for example, revise on my decision making, I would go back on that book and read their tips and see what they think it's good to do, and then go back and do the practice questions on Medify, because Medify is a website. You can use it, it's online. It has mocks, so it has mini mocks that you can do, and it's a lot easier, and you just practice, and it tells you whether you are above or under the average, and it tells you what you should do, what subset you should look for. Now that kind of put me off. That's one disadvantage that I would actually say Medify has. That kind of put me off because I was really scared at first. I was thinking, oh God, I'm so below the average. But as you practice, it kind of motivates you at the same time. But some people, like I think when I started not feeling motivated, that was because of what I saw, the being under the average score. So yeah, I would say it kind of puts you in a negative mood, a negative vibe, which is something you don't want to have. So I would say definitely use it anyway, because I'm using it and I feel like I'm improving. So as long as you practice more and more and not to give up, you'll be fine. So just do that, and after 2 weeks, as I said, I've been seeing a lot of improvements on my score. I've got about 18 days to my exam, and I'm hoping to do better, hopefully. And yeah, that is my 2 weeks of a month of preparation for UKCAT, and I recommend you watching the first video if you are actually you have 2 weeks left to your exam or anything. But at the moment, if you are if you are watching this, you might as well just, if you've got like 2 weeks left to your exam, don't go and watch the previous one. It's not going to be a use. So just carry on using the tips that I just told you, using it, Medify, practice, and you'll be fine. So I hope you have a great day today. I hope you practice a lot, and I hope your scores improve drastically. And yeah, all the best, and see you soon. Bye. Now I'm back again. I just wanted to mention one thing. 530 or 550 score on decision making or quantitative reasoning is literally below the average, completely below the average. Now you might be thinking, why is she so hyped about that? First of all, I went from 430 to 550, so to me that is a really big improvement. And if I can do that in 8 days, there is a massive chance that I can even do better in like 14 days. So that's the mindset I've got right now. So you might be thinking, oh my gosh, she's crazy. Like she literally has 2 weeks. And yeah, I think that I'm crazy because I literally have 2 weeks. But I'd rather have my mind in that positive kind of way, thinking that, you know, just that I won't scare myself off. So yeah, that is the only thing I just wanted to say. So have a good day and see you soon.